Namaste from Kathmandu city. We bow to you with palms pressed together and fingers pointed upwards. We honor the place in you where the entire universe resides. The divine in us bows to the divine in you. Legend goes that the 10th century king Gunakamadeva established shrines dedicated to goddess Ajima, the embodiment of matriarch supremacy, at different locations such that connecting these shrines would produce the outline of a sword. The city was then built inside the perimeter of this imaginary sword, thus ensuring that the city was well protected against all enemies, mortal or otherwise, by Ajima's sword. Legends like this, together with an innumerable collection of religious, cultural, social, and aesthetic beliefs, are deep-rooted among Kathmandu residents and have survived the passage of a millennium. These fabulous legends are manifested in physical form by the establishments of Kathmandu's countless shrines, temples, resting places, water spouts, and other items of art and architecture strewn around every corner of the ancient city. It is not difficult to imagine every polished stone statue or carved doorway or three-pronged golden pinnacle come alive with the mysterious, though meaningful, stories behind their creation. This cultural, mythical, artistic, and now commercial city was originally called Kantipur, Kanti being goddess Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth, and Pur meaning place. After the construction of the massive Kashthamandap temple cum rest house that stands in present-day Darbar Square, the city was referred to as Kashthamandap, where Kashtha means wood and Mandap means covered shelter. Today, Kathmandu, which is said to be home to more temples than houses and more deities than people, proudly houses 4 UNESCO World Heritage Site monument zones, all within a radius of a few kilometers. Among them, Swayambhu and Buddha are 2 of the holiest Buddhist shrines in the world, and Pashupati is amongst the most sacred Hindu sites. The 4th UNESCO World Heritage Site Monument Zone is the Kathmandu Darbar Square, which includes a number of principal structures like the Taleju Temple, Kal Bhairab, Nautalle Darbar, the Gaddi Baitak, and the Hanuman Dhoka Palace Museum. A social, religious, and urban focal point of the city, the Darbar Square was built between the 12th and the 18th centuries when Malla kings ruled the nation city. Most parts of the Hanuman Dhoka Palace were built by 17th century king Pratap Malla. However, Jayaprakash Malla, the last Malla king, built and bestowed the Kumari Ghar as the living goddess Kumari's residence. The goddess Kumari, chosen from a Newar Buddhist family of Shakyas. However, she is worshipped as an incarnation of the Hindu goddess Taleju Bhavani, the tutelary deity of the Mallas. This is just one of the many examples of the symbiosis between the Hindu and the Buddhist cultures throughout Kathmandu. During the Malla age, Kathmandu was a popular hub for merchants. Traders traveling between India and Tibet used Kathmandu as a layover point. The main trade route intersected the city diagonally with intricately designed courtyards known as Baha or Bahi, built to function as Buddhist monasteries on either side of the route. Residential areas sprang up in a grid format around the venerable Baha and Bahi spaces. The Malla period was the golden age when trade and commerce flourished immensely in Kathmandu, making the city greatly affluent. The Malla kings were as religious as they were materialistic, and they spent much of their wealth in building magnificent temples and lavish palaces. Kings and rich merchants invested their money on aesthetic monuments and their time on socio-cultural and religious festivals, fueling both Hindu and Buddhist ritualistic traditions. All monuments, big or small, were given a prime role in those activities, thus ensuring their prominence and upkeep by future generations. With an abundance of wealth, rulers and residents of Kathmandu could devote their energies in making it a birthing center for artistic creativity. From original forms of music to exotic tantric dances, well thought of cuisine to colorful dresses, elaborate rituals to gala street parades. This creative environment fostered professional craftsmanship and entrepreneurship that was passed down through generations. The vibrant festivals celebrated here in public places include the week-long Indra Jatra, Setu Machindranath Jatra, and Gai Jatra. After the country opened itself to the outside world and to tourism in the second half of the last century, Kathmandu has seen a steady growth in the number of visitors. The newly reborn city, however, expanded uncontrollably and continues to do so till today. This challenge poses great threats not only to preserving Kathmandu's tangible monumental heritages, but also to its intangible social, cultural, religious, and economical heritage that has developed over centuries. Despite the challenges, Kathmandu welcomes hundreds of thousands of tourists every year. The bustling, mysterious city never fails to leave an everlasting impression of genuine warmth on visitors, instilling in them a desire to visit again.